Well, listen, I am beside myself. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that. What did you think?
I enjoyed it.
Wasn't it great?
I was great. Get up and dance. It's always a good time, right?
It was hard to not get up and dance, but
Yeah,
we're
yes, it
mic'd, so
was.
that was the only thing that kept me in my seat. They were
Exactly.
fantastic.
They were. I loved them.
So we've actually been joined by the director of Imagination Players and 4 of the performers you just saw. So you guys, thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us. This is a new experience for us.
Is it?
Yes.
That's fantastic. Deb, tell us about Imagination Players and how you got started.
I've always sort of had in my head that I wanted to do something like this. When I was a kid, there was a group, a national group called Up With People.
I remember
I
them.
don't know if they're still
Yeah.
around or not.
Yeah.
I don't see them anymore, but I saw Up With People when I was a kid, and then later when I was just out of high school, I actually housed a person that was in our town, and I loved Up With People. I loved what they did because they made you smile. And so I always sort of had that in my head. And then I was doing a lot of children's theater at the Delaware Children's Theater, and I would see every time we did a show, you'd have a group of kids that were from different schools, and they would get together and they would become so close. And then the show would end and they would be beside themselves because it was like, oh my gosh.
Right.
And I thought, well, why can't we have something, like once a week? We rehearse 2 hours every Saturday, that's it, and just do good. We just wanted to make people happy. So, I started it in February 2007 with the help of Betty Mowdy, who has since retired, moved to the Pittsburgh area, and my friend Jessie Benner, who is now married and pregnant. They're not with the group anymore, but they were instrumental in helping me start it, and we're working on our 10th anniversary. So it's taken on a life of its own.
That's fantastic.
So.
That is awesome. So everyone's mic'd. We're just going to go down the row and let you guys introduce yourselves, and we'll start with you.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm 12 years old. I currently go to Cab Callaway School of the Arts. I've been performing ever since I was 3 years old when I got up on a stage and I sang the ABCs all by myself. So yeah, that's basically what how my performing life has been, and I've taken it on ever since, and being in the Imagination Players is a great thing, and I love it so much.
Thank you, Sydney.
I'm Will Roach. I'm a senior at Salesianum. I'm 17. I've been performing since I was 4, and I was at my grandfather's church down in Lewis, and I sang a song in front of the entire church and thought I sang better than the choir. And I started doing theater when I was 7, and I joined the Imagination Players in 2011.
I'm Gaia. I'm 15. I go to Pennsylvania Leadership Charter School, and I've been in Imagination Players since I was 6 years old. So I'm coming up on my 9th year in the group. I started doing theater shortly before I joined the group with the best Christmas pageant ever. I had 2 lines, and I was so proud because I didn't have the least amount of lines in the show. Yeah, I've been doing theater ever since. I love it.
My name is Adelaide Nori, or Addie Nori, and I've been performing before I was able to talk. I've been singing, and I am 11 years old, and I go to Cab Callaway School of the Arts in 6th grade. And when I was 6, I was on America's Got Talent. I made it to the 2nd round there. So singing Tomorrow from Annie.
I was going to ask that. I was going to ask that. Have you ever been in Annie?
No, I haven't.
You need to be Annie. Doesn't she need to be Annie?
Yeah. She's been Annie.
You've been Annie, Gaia?
Yeah, I was Annie
was
at
Annie.
the Delaware Children's Theater with Sarah
How did I
Rossi
miss
at
that?
Wow.
When was that? When were you Annie?
Let's see,
3?
a few years ago.
3?
3 years ago.
I think
Yeah,
she
I was
was-
double cast with Sarah Rossi. She did a
Who
great
was
job too.
part of the crew.
Okay, that's fantastic. So if you ever get the chance to play Annie, because I was watching all you guys when you're performing, but how there's some faces that just beam, so I
There's
thought,
an interesting story to Addie, how Addie came into our group.
please.
Every year we do Snack with Santa at AI DuPont Children's Hospital. And we perform, and then we help with the crafts, and we do face painting, we do a whole bunch of things. We don't just sing, we do a lot of things, but every year we do this, and as part of our performance, we always take our wireless mics and we do Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and a few of our older members go around with microphones to kids that are there. And all of a sudden we heard this voice. I was like, where did that come from? And so we sort of recruited her to come to the auditions, which were coming up like in a month. So that's kind of how
That's
she.
fantastic.
And then her little brother, or is he older than you, or?
No, he's 17 months younger than me.
Yeah, her little brother came with her as well. So
Was he in the
Yes,
group?
he's in the group.
Okay,
The
there
little
was a
strawberry,
little.
the
I
little
was
strawberry blonde.
gonna say there was a little.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's her brother.
I'm blown away with all of you because in my profession, I didn't start till I was 38. And all of you are like single digits. It's like, it's amazing. So my question to you is, what age do you start with, and how old will they be with, as they continue to stay
Gaia
with
was an exception. I had worked with her. I had taught her in a workshop, and I knew she had the attention span. Generally, I won't even audition them before they're 7.
Okay.
And we've had quite a few 7-year-olds that I've put in the group, and then there are some that I can tell just from the audition that they're not quite ready to for it. So I'll tell their parents wait a couple years and come back. Generally, each year when we audition, I usually try to take 1 or 2 younger ones and then kind of take it up a little bit and go with like 10 and older.
Okay.
But
So you started 7. Now, can they come in at an older age? Let's say if
They
they're
can.
14 or 15?
they can. Usually 15 is where I kind of cut it off just to give them a couple of years before they graduate out. I have 3 in the group right now that are graduating out this year, and they were all 3 part of this group that you saw.
So, Will, are you graduating out this year?
Yep.
Okay. What plays have you guys been in, or what other performance groups have you guys been in?
So right now, Will and I are in the Delaware Children's Theater production of Little Mermaid.
Okay.
He's Sebastian and I'm Flounder.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
That's fantastic. Gaia, have you been in other plays?
Yeah, I've been in over 30 other plays.
Oh my goodness.
She just closed one today. She just closed?
Yeah, we just
Macbeth.
closed Macbeth today at Wilmington Drama League. So.
And what are you doing?
And I've done Seussical, I've done Annie, and I've done a lot of other plays. And actually this year at CAB, we're having a middle school musical, which is The Lion King, and so I'm going to try out for that.
Okay. When is that tryout?
It's actually November 1st and 2nd.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
keep us posted.
I will, yeah.
So, Deb, there's a lot of schools represented here. Do you have support from local schools at all?
Yeah, pretty. I mean, the people who know about us, we have a lot of support in the community. I don't generally go to the schools looking for kids, but I have a lot of red clay kids. I do have, the majority are red clay, but then I have kids that are homeschooled. I have kids from parochial, private, all different school districts. The bulk of them are red clay. Like when we plan things on school days, I usually plan them on the days that red clay has
Okay,
off.
okay.
Just because I know that I'm going to have a decent, group available.
Got it.
Now, Deb, are
But-
you a nonprofit, or how is this funded?
It started under the umbrella of, I have my own business called Pure Imagination, which was basically me doing library, read aloud, story times, teaching music and movement to preschools, which I still do now. A lot of just different things with kids. And so when I started the group, I put it under the umbrella of Pure Imagination, which is an LLC. So we're not a nonprofit.
Okay.
I've thought about trying to become a nonprofit, but I don't know if I want to go that route or not. While it would be nice to be able to accept donations and that sort of, because we do a lot of donations. We've, in the almost 10 years that we've been in, working, we've raised almost $10,000 for childhood cancer.
Oh, wow.
And there's been other things that we've, raised money for. We've raised money for Boots on the Ground, the USO. We do a lot of things with veterans. And so we've done a lot of good things that we're doing, but we're not actually a nonprofit.
Because the reason I ask, because I am a nonprofit with my organization, and I definitely wanted to say on camera that we would do our best to try to fund some money to you, but with you being an LLC, that would stop me to limitations. But we're all blessed, so there's always a way we can do something.
Right.
So me and you will talk later.
Thank you.